Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS Legacy. Sorority secrets of the goddess next door are revealed in this all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS Legacy in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.
Better get the coleslaw, y'all, cause we're having us a barbecue.
Recently, Megyn Kelly went on a racist rant against Haitians.
Hence the word temporary. But under the law, the designation can be extended before the designation expires, before the terms expire. The Obama admin granting Haitians TPS in 2010 due to the country's devastating earthquake, Syrians receiving it in 2012 because of the country's civil war. I mean, cry me a river, we have our own problems. TPS for both countries extended multiple times. And look, this has been going on for over a dozen years. Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to fucking Haiti. Sorry. I'm thinking about our friends in Ohio who've been dealing with these TPS Haitians for years now, who are drunk driving all over their towns and killing people. This is the whole cats and dogs thing. Like, they don't want to live like Americans live. And this was supposed to be it was supposed to be temporary help. And it's turned into another backdoor way of allowing someone permanent residency here. And they take advantage of all of our public services and our systems, and they're not respectful in many cases of their neighbors. It's like it had to end. And the libs held on and said, no. They accused the Trump administration of being racist in both cases. And Trump, to his credit, dug in. And last year, they sought to end TPS for both countries. No more Syrians. Sorry. It's not working out. No more Haitians. It's been 16 years. I'm sorry, but you're...
Now, during a recent episode of the Megyn Kelly Show, Megyn Kelly went on a racist rant against Haitian immigrants. Now, Megyn Kelly decided to go on this racist rant on her show after the Supreme Court made a ruling that cleared the way for the Trump administration to end the temporary protected status of Haitian immigrants who came to America to find asylum. Now, in the aftermath of this ruling that the Supreme Court has made, Megyn Kelly now feels safe, and I would dare to say feels emboldened by the Trump administration to go out here and express her true feelings regarding Haitians that immigrated to this country. And I would dare to say she also wanted to go out here and would feel emboldened to go out here and make those type of same statements against us foundational Black Americans. Because what the Megyn Kelly really wanted to do when she went on that racist rant was look to use the Haitians as a proxy for foundational Black Americans in looking to express her contempt for Black people. And the Supreme Court ruling just gave her an opportunity to go out here and say what she actually felt about Black people and use the Haitians as a proxy and a way to go out here and express those racist feelings that she has. That's what Megyn Kelly was looking to do as she went on that racist rant. That's one of the reasons why she went on that racist rant. And as she went on that racist rant, it basically showed how ignorant this woman was as related to the whole political situation in Haiti, because the whole political situation in Haiti, the reason why that country is suffering right now and the people of that country are suffering, really, it's due to all of the interference of white people ever since the Haitians basically went out here and fought for their freedom and basically won their freedom back in the early 1800s. Now, ever since the Haitians had the first successful Black slave rebellion, the white supremacist countries in Europe basically have been making Haiti suffer, and as they've made Haiti suffer, as they fought for their freedom, what they did in France was basically look to make Haiti pay reparations as related to going out here and liberating themselves, and that was further compounded once the United States decided to go out here in the 19-teens under Woodrow Wilson and look to go out here and occupy Haiti. And as they looked to occupy Haiti, they participated in the same type of economic terrorism that they did as related to many black towns like Rosewood and Black Wall Street in an effort to keep black countries like Haiti from being able to go out here and compete economically in the age of industrialism. That's what basically kept Haiti from being able to grow as an economic state, because when it came down to Haiti, at one time, Haiti basically had a strong market as related to the market for rice and other agricultural goods, and they also had a very thriving economy as related to travel and tourism. Unfortunately, when it came down to many of these white supremacist countries, they didn't like to see a black country go out here and be able to grow and thrive. Here's a thought, Megyn Kelly. Maybe the Haitians would have a home to go to if America and other countries wouldn't have destroyed their economy and the infrastructure that they had. Similar to what happened with Black Wall Street and what happened with black towns like Rosewood, they did not want to see black people going out here and growing and thriving economically, globally, and as a result, what they look to do is look to try to destroy those people and destroy the image of those people having success, because it did not fit within the ideology of white supremacy. I'm noticing a pattern here. Every time black people do well on their own, these white folks come into that area, destroy everything, and then want to go out here and say, hey, it's the black people who need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and look to make it like it's all black people's fault. Also noticing a pattern that these same whites who destroy black countries will go out here and try to say that those people are savage, but don't look at how savage these racists actually are, who go out here and participate in the actual terrorism against black peoples. Nor did it fit into the ideas that the white supremacists wanted to present regarding their superiority. So this is what they did, was look to destroy that country and make it look like a third world country, because that's the image they wanted to see of Haitian people and as related to their smooth world, no similar to what they did to many neighborhoods like Sugar Hill in Harlem in the 1970s and the 1980s. When it came down to Sugar Hill, they did the same thing. Now, Sugar Hill was basically considered the crown jewel of Harlem, considered to be the neighborhood where we had our Strivers Row, and many of our black Pullman porters and maids who worked low-level jobs went on to own homes and build a middle class, and that whole neighborhood wound up being destroyed because many of these white supremacists pushed the idea of a ghetto mindset in black people's minds. And as a result, what happened was that same crown jewel got turned into a ghetto, just like Haiti got turned into a third world country, all because the white supremacists there basically, again, wanted to go out here and push the idea that white was better, white was superior, and look to, again, destroy black people who could go out here and compete, destroy the institutions they created, no different than what they did with Black Wall Street. And this is the type of economic oppression that racists like Megyn Kelly don't want to talk about. Nope, don't want to talk about the economic oppression that they participate in, but they'll sit there like Megyn Kelly going out here and bragging about how great America is. But America wouldn't really be great if they had to actually compete in an actual economy where they basically had to compete against black people. And that's the thing that Megyn Kelly don't want to talk about. No, she want to talk about, oh, the Haitians need to go home. The Haitians need to go away. The Haitians need to are people who are at the bottom of the world, but who put those people in a place where they are basically suffering? Critical question I want to ask Megyn Kelly: who put these people in a place that led to them suffering generation after generation? Who put these people in this place? Because when we look at things, again, the French started this with their reparations. Then, and again, I find it ironic that the French could get reparations for a country that pushed back on them, but Haitian Americans can't get reparations from the French for the slavery they put their ancestors under. Really ironic at that point. But I also find it interesting, again, you got Megyn Kelly talking about, oh, I want to talk about, these people need to go home, when you ruined their home, you ruined their country, you made their country into a third world place because you wanted to see black people basically begging for their daily bread, and you basically programmed that into the minds of generation after generation of people and perpetuated this as some sort of stereotype, and then looked to continue pushing that stereotype regarding Haitian people who just wanted to go out here and live and could have basically been living very well. But you don't want to see those people live well, because when it comes down to many of these white people, again, their station in life is basically because of the lives that basically of other people who wind up suffering. That's what happens in order for them to be able to live their lifestyle, is that they have to have other people codependent on them and basically beneath them. And that's what they want to do as related to the Haitian immigrants who basically came to this country under temporary protected status. Again, many of these people basically in the aftermath of the earthquake and the civil unrest that took place that destabilized that country, these people basically have nothing at this point. And as they have nothing, this woman wants to send them back to that country where they have nothing, where there's nothing at all. And the government is basically, there is no government there anymore, because basically the last guy who ran the government, Jean-Paul Aristide, was basically run out of the country due to the ongoing chaos. And as this country, Haiti, what's left of that country, basically it's run by gangs and run by a bunch of terrorists. But Megyn Kelly thinks it's perfectly fine to send people back to that type of chaos and suffer under that type of chaos, all because they are black. Because I find it interesting that your orange man, Donald Trump, he wants to go out here and he has no problem immigrating many of these white South Africans, because he's basically heard a lot of misinformation regarding, the white birth rates going down. So what he wants to do is go out here and look to import South Africans to America. But those South Africans, a lot of them wound up leaving because they found out that this country is shittier than the country that they came from. And in the case of the Biden administration, if you guys just think I'm on one side of the things, the Biden administration, one of the reasons why they were importing all these Ukrainians is also due to the same issue as related to white birth rates dropping, not understanding it was the wealthy's own white feminism that caused those birth rates to drop, similar to what happened with the Asians in Korea, China, and Japan. Basically, all these people instituted white feminism, put the white and the Asian woman to work, and now that the white and Asian women are working, they're not in the natural role that God established for them as helpmeets and supports. And basically, that's the reason why your birth rates are dropping. And the main reason why those birth rates are dropping is because those same white racists basically, again, wanted to go out here and look to try to destroy the lives of black people. They didn't want to see black people go out here and have any sort of economic empowerment because they feared competing with black people, whether they be foundational black Americans like myself or Haitian Americans like the viewer who requested this video. I mean, when it comes down to these white supremacists like Megyn Kelly, they don't want to see black people thrive because it refutes many of the anti-black narratives that they use to justify slavery and the antebellum South, because according to those narratives, they said that, oh, black people are inferior, black people are like animals, like apes, black people don't think like a white man because a white man is superior. But when black people do go out here, like during the time of Reconstruction, and build towns like Rosewood and Black Wall Street, that basically shatters their narrative. And when Haitians go out here and can build a country of their own and have a own thriving economy, that shatters their narratives that black people are inferior. And if black people can go out here and compete, it makes it where those white people who want to say that we're taking their resources and doing things like taking their taxes, it basically shatters those narratives and makes it where those same white people basically got to start taking account for their lives, because they can't go out here and look to make black people the scapegoat of all their failures in life. And what happened here with Megyn Kelly, one of the reasons why she went on this racist rant is not only because she's expressing her hatred for most black people. And again, I'll say that it's not only Haitians she's showing her hatred for. No, she's also showing her hatred for foundational black Americans, because she's using those Haitians as a proxy to go out here and make the anti-black statements about black people. And she wants to make those statements and again use the Haitians to go out here and look to divide and conquer. But this is how she basically feels about black people. And as she went out here again, making unsubstantiated claims, talking about how Haitians were out here drunk driving, when we look at the FBI statistics, the leader in going out here and participating in driving under the influence are mostly white people. And she also made the unfounded claim about Haitians going out here and eating dogs during the time of the so-called migrant crisis. Again, all of this is very interesting to me, because I find it interesting that she wanted to go out here and speak bad about these Haitian people. And again, it's all because she wants to go out here and score herself some brownie points as related to her far-right base, as related to that far-right base that basically sees itself suffering under the same policies of the Orange Man, as she's gone out here and thought she could venture out like the late Charlie Kirk did, and looking to feel emboldened about expanding their base past the small group of narrow-minded idiots and their misinformation and conspiracy theories. Megyn Kelly basically thought that she could go out here and look to try to reconnect with that base by making this statement, because when it comes down to that base of far-right individuals, they see themselves suffering as related to policies that the Orange Man made under his one big beautiful bill, which isn't beautiful for many of the poor white people who basically now have to go out here and work for their food stamps, and will eventually now have to work for their Medicaid, even though some of these people have conditions like I have like a heart condition, or they have things like cancer, or they have things like HIV. Basically, this Orange Man has made life harder for those white people as they're dealing with this cost of living crisis, where everything has cost them more as related to electricity due to the AI data centers and all the other things that are going on. The lives of white people are just become progressively worse under this Orange Man as related to his platform, which was based on a foundation of misinformation and conspiracy theories. And as that base basically is now learning the truth about this whole administration as related to who it really wants to go out here and serve, as related to its whole plan, because it was, again, more white government workers who lost their jobs under Doge, and they're also seeing that this Orange Man is looking to protect those same rich people like Elon Musk, as we go out here and those people are asking for justice under the Epstein file, as related to the Epstein files, and are looking to go out here and look to see some people prosecuted as related to the deviant crimes that were done allegedly on Epstein Island. That's what people want to see, some sort of justice done as related to the base, as related to Trump's base. And again, that base is starting to feel alienated from the whole Trump administration as related to all the situations that I mentioned. What Megyn Kelly is trying to do is trying to reconnect with that base and cause a distraction to get people focused on somebody black so that they can go out here and have somebody to go out here and scapegoat. Because when it comes to the white supremacist always looks to go out here and looks to try to find somebody to scapegoat for the failures of white people. And that's what led to the foundation of much of the terrorism that black people have suffered globally, like in places like Black Wall Street and Rosewood here in America. One of the reasons why we wind up suffering is because they want to make us the scapegoat for many of their failures. And as they see black success, they basically get angry and jealous when they see black people doing well, because they don't want to go out here and take a look at themselves and the state of the union that they wound up making. That's what people like Megyn Kelly don't want to do. And what they want to do is go out here and say, oh, it's the Haitians that basically they need to go home. They need to go home as related to things, but in order to distract you from looking at how the Orange Man's administration has made life just that much worse for everyone here. How the Orange Man's administration basically has not solved the cost of living crisis like he claimed he could do, has not gone out here and caused peace between Russia and Ukraine, as that war basically is winding down because of the Ukrainians basically winning at this point, again proving to Vladimir Putin the same thing that happened in Afghanistan basically is happening to him in Ukraine right now. It doesn't matter how big your army is, you can't fight a man in another man's land, which is the lesson people should have learned from Vietnam, but that's another video. But the whole thing is that what they want to do is distract people from being able to see the failures of the Orange Man as related to making America great again, because he's made America just that much worse. And in order to go out here and get people to not pay attention to his failures, what they do is they get somebody like Megyn Kelly to go out here and go on a racist rant, go out here and express her true feelings. And I'm glad that she did express her true feelings, because now we know who not to deal with as related to things as us foundational black Americans. We go out here looking to create our agenda and our tangibles, and we see who basically is somebody we need to not deal with as related to things, because all Megyn Kelly basically did was basically show us the truth about how many of these racist whites basically are. And I'm not going to say all white people. I will say these racists who are now in charge. We see that they're not really about many of the things that they talk about. And I may get into that in another video about these Christian nationalists who basically are modern day Pharisees and Sadducees. Again, they want to sit there and again look to say, hey, we're deporting the Haitians, but what are you doing for most Americans? Critical question I have to ask. I mean, most of your white American constituents aren't getting anything, and that basically sadly proves a point that Lyndon Baines Johnson, the white supremacist bastard who's rotting in hell right now, made, that as long as you can go out here and have white racists focused on black people, you can go out here and pick their pockets. And that's what Megyn Kelly and the Orange Man are looking to do. Go out here and pick this white person's pocket. And as they're focused on Haitians being deported, they can't see how they're not getting anything tangible that in exchange for their vote, except being miserable in the company of everyone else. And this woman, again, she's just going out here running interference for the Orange Man, keeping us from seeing the bigger picture, and again, seeing the bigger picture as related to things, because as we're distracted we basically don't see what's going on. Again, yeah, you deported the Haitians to go back to live in ruins, but you don't see how you're miserable in your own country and how the people who promised to make it America great again haven't done anything to make the country great, and show us how mediocre many of these white racists actually are and how they wouldn't really have anything without the labors of foundational black Americans who were the ones who actually built this country. Now, this was a video requested by one of my viewers, and if you want to request a video, you can send a donation for a minimum of $20 to the PayPal or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. And if I know something about that subject or I can research that subject, I'll make that video for you. And if you want to pick up some of my books on the SJS Direct imprint that feature positive stories about black people and the black experience, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And that's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, An Offer He Can't Refuse. The man who rules the world gets a job offer he can't refuse in this action-packed all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes, An Offer He Can't Refuse at Amazon.com and other online booksellers. Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS, Runway of Doom. The goddess next door struts her stuff on the catwalk to take on a runway of rogues in this action-packed all-new ISIS series adventure. Get your copy of ISIS Runway of Doom at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, Esteem a New Woman. The devilish diva starts on the road to becoming a new creature in Christ in this all-new Esteem series adventure. Get your copy of Esteem a New Woman at Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. Support black-owned and black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.